Bueno, voy a hablar como. I'm gonna talk about about the real pop. I'm gonna talk about the real pop and why they bringing this pop guy right now, bringing Tupac again up. Why they bringing him up? You know, why they bringing him up on April 21st? You know, they're really bringing up Tupac on April 21st because they want us to, Puerto Ricans to forget about Pedro Albizu Campo. You know, the real Pac is Pedro Albizu Campo. The real Pac is Pedro Albizu Campo. Tupac stole the lifestyle or the storyline from Pedro Albizu Campo. You think I'm lying to you? Yo, this is why they bring in Pedro Albizu. They're trying to talk about the revolution of Afeni or whatever. What revolution? What revolution? You know, to tell the story about his story is fake. Anyway, the real Pac is Pedro Albizu Campo. You know, they want people to know that. You know, I'm gonna, you know, everything about Pedro Albizu Campo. You know, that's Pac. That's the real Pac. You know? Hi. When did Tupac die? I'm saying? When Tupac died? Or whatever? When did Tupac die? Was it almost September? Anyway. April 21st is Pedro Albizu, the day they killed Pedro Albizu Campo. It's the day they killed Pedro Albizu Campo. But they don't want nobody to think about that because he's the real revolutionary guy. And they don't want people to know he's Puerto Rican. I'm saying? That's the real Pac. When the newspaper, the media, the American media used to talk about him, that was Pac. You can see why they call him Pac. PAC. Those are his initials. You think I'm kidding? Anyway, they know a lot. This is how people know Tupac, right? That's his final image. Crucified, right? Crucified, right? And ain't that a substitution of Jesus? What did Jesus used to had when he was getting crucified? Didn't he have like towels? Ain't towels, but what Jesus will have to cover him up? Wouldn't it be towels? Because if he would been naked. You know? This is Pedro Albizu Campo. He's before Malcolm X. All that speeches for Malcolm X, Pedro Albizu Campo. He fought for Puerto Rico. And all the Caribbeans and all that stuff. But they lying to you about his Pac. They're trying to tell you like this guy, but this guy copied everything from Pedro Albizu Campo. The Black Panthers knew about Pedro Albizu Campo. He was all over New York. Pedro Albizu Campo was known all over New York. Yo, they fake, they lying. And they're trying to make him a Malcolm X. You know? But this is Pedro Albizu Campo. We can talk more about it. You know? I just want to show something. Let's do this. King of Towels. King of Pedro Albizu Campo is the king of towels. That's what they used to call him. Pedro Albizu Campo, they used to call him the king of towels. Because all the radiation and all the stuff they used to did on him. You know? All the radiation they did on him, he always had to be in towels. He was killed by radiation. You know? This is the real Pac. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know about him. So they gave you this fabricated one from the media. Because, this guy that everybody's talking about, the Affinity son, is... Anyway. This is CIA. Pedro Albizu Campo was fighting against CIA. And they did not want another Pedro Albizu coming. They lie here. This is from the feds. This is from the feds. This is way before Black Panthers. This is before Malcolm X. All this stuff that Tupac saying that they were following him. That the feds were following him. That's FBI. 1948. We got Pedro Albizu overthrown or destruction of the government. This is Pac. This is the real Pac. Hold if you hear me. This is the real Pac. And they gave you the fabricated one. Yo, trust me. I was a big fan of Tupac. I'm still a big fan of Tupac. I'm not taking away the music. But the storyline is made up from Pedro Albizu Campo. He's the real Pac. You know what I'm saying? He's the real Pac. He's the one that FBI was watching. This is the Pac that you're going to watch on TV. They put on, the CIA control the media. The CIA control the media. So if they didn't really like Tupac, then why would they promote him? They want you to forget about this guy. This guy that he had the whole crowd. Not only he had the whole crowd, he had Santo Domingo rooting for him. He had St. Thomas, Venezuela, everybody. You know? So Luis Muñoz Marin betrayed him. Oh, so the country. That's how you got the Commonwealth in Puerto Rico. This is all feds. This is from the you get that, you know what I'm saying? All that murder from Ponce, that when the people died, all that stuff that they were dying because they were fighting for Pedro Piso Campos to get out of jail. They want Piso Campos out of jail. That's the reason you represent the flag. This is the feds. I'm saying in 1948, this is the real Tupac. This is the real Pac. The real Hall, if you hear me. The one that had all those speeches about revolution. No. This is Pedro Piso Campos. This is the real Pac.
While the adults of our homeland must leave Lattice, their hometown, in fear and don't even have exit.
This is Pedro Piso Campos.
Different from the enemy.
This is the real Pac.
That binds us.
You know, but they don't want you to know about him. You know, they didn't want, you know, all that Puerto Rican parade and talking about him and stuff. They didn't want him to, you know, they didn't want people to know about it because that's why they're trying to make us look like criminals and stuff like that. Because they didn't want that. You know, they didn't want Puerto Rico. They don't want all those national people coming this way. You know, that's why they were trying to call us like Puerto Ricans terrorists. You know, he's the Joker. He's the original Joker. The story of the Joker is about him too. But anyway, before I go there, you know, they talk about Tupac, that he had a shootout with the cops and stuff like that. That's fake. That's all fake. That was all set up. You know, it's because they don't want you about this Pac. You know, they don't want you to know about this Pac. This is the real Pac. And they killed on April 21st. They don't want you to know that. They want you to think about Tupac the singer. They want you to think about Tupac the singer. The guy that brought thug life and just brought a lot of violence. Not that guy that was not actually teaching something to people. Because he was making sense. And a lot of people didn't like that. This is the real Pac. I'm saying? And a lot of people ain't going to want to believe that, but this is the real Pac. This is the real Tupac. Well, I don't want to say Tupac. I'm just saying maybe Tupac, that's why he got his name. He's part 2 of Pedro Piso Campos. But Pedro Piso Campos is the real Pac. The storyline, everything. The shootout with the cops. You know, the FBI watching him. You know what I'm saying? They're making him look like if he was like a Jesus. You know? Apparently, I think that, you know, his mom or his adopted mom, because I don't think that's his real mom either. But this is about Pedro Piso Campos. This is about Pedro Albizu Campo. And they will worry about him. You know? You know? So again, they gave you this fake PAC. Well, whatever. But you know that was his real he's not born with that name. They gave it to him afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're trying to do this show. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to tell you about this show. You know? They want to tell you about this show. You know? You know, they try to tell you about this show. So you don't know about Pedro Albizu Campo. You know? That's why they're trying to do this on the 21st. Because they don't want people to know the history. And this is something, you know, I ain't making a big deal, but I'm seeing this. You know? They're doing this Tamuzi. You understand? This Tamuzi. You know what I'm saying? All this is like on Tamuzi. 6 weeks from now, we're going to June. When it's supposedly Pac was born, June. You know what I'm saying? Gemini. You know, all that Project Gemini and Project Janus. But, you know, I'm not going to go there with that right now. But all the experiments they're talking about is because Pedro Albizu warned us. He's going to take Puerto Rico and start making experiments. Again, the real Pac is Pedro Albizu Campo. I'm saying the Tupac story stole the storyline from Pedro Albizu Campo. That's why they're doing this 21st thing. This is the day that Pedro Albizu Campo died. And they don't want you to remember that. This is the realest shit I ever spoke. For real.